Good afternoon everyone. Hello, how are you all? I hope everybody is in the pink of health and happiness. I welcome you all to today's class. Today's topic is morphology of flowering plants. So we'll begin the class. Shall I get a quick thumbs up? Yes. Sure? We'll begin the class. Thank you so much. So in today's class we are going to learn about morphology of flowering plants. So directly, what is the topic of today's class? That is morphology of flowering plants. What do you mean by flowering plants? Tell me. Flowering plants are yes, angiosperms. Angiosperms. What do they have? Anyway, they have flowers, right? They have flowers. Next they have fruits. Why do we call they have fruits? Because the seed, if this is the seed, will be enclosed by a fleshy part, that is fruit. If we see the gynoecium of that particular plants, that is angiosperm, if we see, they have ovule, this is ovule, will be developing into seed, and the ovary will be developing into fruit, the future fruit. Okay. So this is called flowering plants. And now coming to morphology. What do you mean by morphology? Morphology means the outer appearance, okay, or external features. External features. External features, what are those external features? External features are leaves, roots, flowers. So all the vegetative parts we are going to see, that is leaf, roots, flowers. In flowers, if we see the sexual part, that is androecium, gynoecium, all comes under external features. So on the basis of external features we are classifying, okay. We are not cutting the plant or seeing the insides, such as how the cells are arranged, what is cortex, such things we are not going to see in this morphology. Morphology means external part, what we can see by our naked eyes, with the help of our naked eyes, that is called morphology. So I hope everybody got what is morphology and what is of flowering plants. So in today's class we are going to learn morphology of flowering plants. In that you have already learnt about the stem structures, everything, right? About the roots, types of roots, everything. In today's class we are going to directly get into the modifications, one of the important topic, that is modifications, and much of the questions are coming in modifications. So first is root modifications. What do you mean by modifications? If I draw a plant, for example, if I draw a plant here, if I draw a plant, this is ground, right? This is root, these are roots, this is leaf, and here we can see flower. Okay. Now this is a plant basically. Here coming to the modifications, that is root. What is the primary function of root? Now tell me, primary function of root. Primary function of root is to absorb water and minerals from the soil, because that is the one which is inside the soil, and this is one of the another main function is the anchorage, that is to have the support for the plant to stand upright. That is the two main functions. Another some of the functions can be the root can be modified for storing food materials. Where the synthesis of food is taking place? Synthesis is taking place in leaves, and the roots are not anyway synthesizing any food. The food will be supplied to roots. Whatever the excess will be the food materials that will be stored in the root. So, some of such structures are storage of food, example in carrot and turnip. This is the taproot is modifying, and here if you see the carrot and here radish, turnip, you can see the taproot is modified. Taproot of these plants are modified to store food, taproot. Okay. Now coming to the sweet potato is another one modification in sweet potato. You can see that is the adventitious root. Adventitious root is storing food. Understanding? In case of carrot and turnip, it is taproot which is modified to store food. In case of sweet potato, it is adventitious root which is modified to store food. This has been the previous year question, so please note it down. In sweet potato, it is adventitious root, not the taproot. Okay. Now coming to another modifications for support. How the support will be provided? Support will be provided for the plant to stand up straight. In that, one is banyan tree. If you see here, this is a tree, and you can see from the branches there is a root coming downwards. That is in case of banyan tree. Another, in case of maize and sugarcane, this root we call it as tilts roots. Okay. And in banyan tree we call it as prop root. Okay. This is for the support. If you see the sugarcane, if this is a sugarcane, if this is a ground, if this is a sugarcane, you can see from here the roots will be coming out from the stem. Okay, not the base of the stem, from like above, in the crown part, from the crown part. It's called the crown part. From the crown part, you can see that we call it as tilts. This is about the sugarcane and maize, and in case of banyan tree, you can see prop roots coming from the branches of the tree. I hope you understood till now. Another one modification we can see for respiration. In Rhizophora, these we call it as nematophores. Why? Because in these plants root will be submerged. If you can see here, if this is the ground level, the roots are here. In the haline condition, salt marshy area, this roots start coming upwards towards the upwards, like above the ground it comes, and these will be having pores like this. Pores. For what is the main purpose? For gaseous exchange. May it be CO2 and O2 that will be exchanged. Okay, for the gaseous exchange, these comes, and these are called nematophores. These kind of roots are called nematophores. Example, Rhizophora. What is the function for it? The function is for respiration. Understanding? Just give a thumbs up so that I get to know that okay, everybody understood. Thank you so much. Moving on. Now moving on to stem modification. Stem, same, okay, same for storage of food and many other things. We are going one by one. For example, storage of food maybe, or for photosynthesis, or maybe for like protection, like thorns. The stem will be modifying itself for all these different kinds of functions. In that, one of the first function is storage of food. Okay, in storage of food, example, potato. Potato is a stem modification. Okay, potato is a stem modification. As we see the potato undergrounds, don't think that as a root modification. No, sweet potato is a root modification, especially the adventitious root modification. But when it comes to potato is a stem modification. Please note down, students, please note down. This is the stem modification. This is potato. This is Zameen Khand. Zameen means ground, right? It will be below the ground. Below the ground, Zameen Khand. Ginger is a stem modification. not root modification. You can see this is a ginger, we call it as rhizome of ginger. This is the stem, and you can see the roots coming out of it like this. In the nodes, the roots will be coming. These are roots, the small roots, okay, these are roots. But as ginger, this rhizome is a stem modification. I hope you understood. This is stem modification. Ginger, potato, zamirkand and colocasia. Colocasia also. It will be, it does look like same thing, colocasia. Now coming to the stem as stem modifications for climbing. For climbing, from the stem, if you see, stem tendrils. From the stem, it will be coming out like this, tendrils to hold for support, okay, for climbing purpose, especially in grape vines. This is a best example, grape vines. You can see the stem modified into tendrils for helping them in climbing. As these are climbers, their stem is too weak to stand themselves upright, so they will be having tendrils to wrap around to the support for them to climb. Another some of the examples are gourds like cucumber, pumpkin, watermelon. So these are also creepers, but even in the creeping they take help of these stem tendrils for the support. And coming for the protection, thorns, okay, thorns, you can see thorns in bougainvillea and citrus. Here you can see this is the stem, and from the stem you can see the thorns like this, the thorns coming out like this, thorns like this, thorns. So these are thorns. That is also stem modification, that is thorns and stem tendrils and thorns are stem modification. For photosynthesis, if you see here in Opuntia, the stem will be modified itself into a fleshy stem, which also stores water here. This is the fleshy stem, this one, this is the stem modification. What I am drawing is a stem modification. This is stem modification. Understanding? This stem modification, we call it as phylloclades. Okay. And here spine like structure, if you see here, this is spines coming out of it. Actually these are the modified leaves, okay, modified leaves. The spines in that, it is a modified leaf. This fleshy part, the green part which has the photosynthesis function, is a stem modification. Otherwise this is also called phylloclades, and this is also a previous year question. Okay, for photosynthesis, example Opuntia and Euphorbia, these are cactus. Okay, and for spreading and for vegetative propagation, if you can see here, this is in grass, especially this is in grass. You can see runners, this part is called runners, and this is also a stem modification. From one grass to another grass, it will be going, connecting. From here it gets the root, and it again move, then roots, then again grass, like this. If one grass is here, it extends its stem, then root formation takes place here, then one grass, again it moves, wherever it touches the ground, the root comes out, and from there the grass comes out. This is runner, this is called runner. Another one of the modification is stolen. Okay, this grass you can see in this runner you can see in strawberry and grasses, runner. Okay, another one is stolen. You can see it is in the mint and jasmine. You can see mint and jasmine, how what happens, you know, it will be above the ground. If this is a plant, it goes above the ground, then it goes below the, okay, I will tell you, this is the ground. If this is the ground, what stolon does, it goes above the ground, then it touches the ground, it goes below here like this, then here the root formation takes place, from here the plant grows. Again it goes above the ground, then below, and where the plant root touches, there another plant grows. That is in the case of mint and jasmine, this is stolon. Now when it comes to suckers are different types, same, but I will draw the sucker here. If this is a plant, if this is a ground, the ground is this one, ground. It actually like runner it goes, but immediately it goes below the ground and start another one from it below the ground. So it first goes above the ground, then below, it directly go below the ground, that is called suckers. In case of banana, pineapple and chrysanthemum, you can easily remember this as PCB, that is pineapple, chrysanthemum and banana, that will be propagating through suckers. Now coming to the offset, it will be mostly water plants, that is pistia and eichhornia. This one is called offset. This is one plant, this is another plant, in between we can see, that is called offset. This is how they propagate vegetatively. Understood children? Any doubt regarding this? I will just give the name. This is runner. This is stolon. This is sucker and this is offset. Any doubts? Any doubts? Yes. So shall we move on? Moving on, that is leaf modification. If you see the leaf modification, leaf will be modified for many purpose, that is for climbing. Another one climbing in this one climbers, that is stem modification, that is stem tendrils. Here for climbing, example P, this is leaf tendrils. Leaf tendrils. This is leaf tendrils. If you see here, this is a leaf tendril. The part of it, there should be a leaf here, but there is no leaf. There should be a leaf here, but there is no leaf, but there is a tendril. This is called leaf tendril. Please know the difference between stem tendril and leaf tendril. The stem tendril is, I will draw the stem tendril here. If this is the stem, if this is the bud here, axillary bud, and if this is the leaf, this will be modified into tendril like this. Okay, leaf is there, leaf is not modified. From the stem, you can see the tendril coming out. But in case of leaf tendril, there will be no leaf. There will be no leaf. Directly in place of leaf, directly the tendril will be coming out from the stem instead of leaf. The leaf will be modified as tendril. Leaf will be modified as tendril. Example in pea plant. Example in pea plant, we get to see this type of modification, that is for climbing purpose. If you can see here, you can see this tendril is wrapped around the support. For defense, as I said, in cactus, in the previous slide I told you, the phylloclade is a stem modification. The stem will become fleshy for storage of water, storage of food, as well as for photosynthesis in Opuntia. This green part is called phylloclade. One second. Phylloclade. This is stem. The green part is stem modification, and the spines, you can see the spines. If you see the spines here, the spines, this is leaf. Leaf is modified as spines. The spines is a leaf modification and that phylloclade is a stem modification. Don't get confused in this. I hope you have understood it. And that is for defense. Now for the storage of food in garlic and onion, if you see, in garlic and onion, if you see these things, the layers in the onion you might have already seen, and these cloves, these are the leaf modification. And this particular thing here, is a condensed stem. This particular thing, if you see this white part down here, this is actually the stem. Condensed, stem is condensed, very much condensed, and this particular thing, if you see here, this one is a root, this is a root, this is a root. The roots in onion, if you go to kitchen and just see, there will be roots coming out of it, that is root, and the white part here, you see, that is a condensed stem, that is the stem, and these things, the fleshy part which you eat, that is leaf modification. This for the storage of food, and same holds true for the garlic also. In here, this part, if you see, if you open the garlic and see, there will be stem here, that is the condensed part, and you can see root coming out of it. This is root, this yellow color, this is stem, and the clove, you see the garlic clove, that is leaf. This is leaf modification. Remember, onion and garlic. Now coming to the photosynthesis, Australian acacia, this one, this gives the leaf modification. This one, in acacia, if you see a small plant, a very young juvenile plant, you see the leaf will be like this. The leaf will be like this. Okay. After it started growing, this part, the rachis part will be there, right? This part will get swollen and becomes like this. This part, if you see, this part now has become swollen for photosynthesis part. For photosynthesis, as well as it has a waxy layer over it, and for the arid condition to sustain high temperature and very limited water, this modification has modified itself to this modification, and this is called phyllodes. Don't confuse with phylloclade and phyllodes. This one in the leaf modification in.
Check on students.
What happened?
Visible or not?
What is visible or not? Is screen visible, students? No. Would you please decrease the contrast a bit?
No, I'm asking about voice and.
Voice is. Am I audible?
We will check once. Certainly last to the top.
No. Just decrease the contrast. Please wait for 2 minutes.
Student, 2 minutes. I'll check the network once.
Students, did we lost the network? Was there any lagging? If there is any lagging, please switch on your microphone and tell me, okay? Because I won't be getting to know if we lost the network.
Come center once. Now it's okay.
The screen, would you decrease the contrast a bit, Subhash?
Yes, I'll come.
Now it's okay. Surabhi, now is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Oh yeah, now it's visible it seems. Oh, network. Okay, fine. We'll continue. Sorry for the inconvenience in between. Shall we continue? So, from which part of it lost the network? I'll repeat it once again. Would you tell me? Somebody please tell me. At what point we lost the connection? Shall we continue? Just give the thumbs up if we can continue. Yes, we'll continue from here on. Okay, fine. So this is called fill load. The leaf modification, especially in this one, Australian acacia, that is fill load, and in Opuntia, that is stem modification is phylloclade. Okay, phylloclade, and this one is fill load. Don't confuse this. This has been the previous year question by itself. Yes, this one, fill load as well as phylloclade. Phylloclade, I once again repeat, phylloclade is a stem modification. Example, Opuntia cactus. Fill load is a leaf modification in Australian acacia. This is a fill load. And later part, after some times what happens, after the juvenile phase gone, these will degenerate. This part, these leaves will degenerate and fall off, and only these leaves will be there. If you see the acacia, only these leaves. Am I audible, visible?
Yes, Nirdia, you can start.
Yes, yes. So this is about the leaf modification. Another one of the leaf modification is insectivorous plant. This is the picture, that is, this is the leaf, and at the end of the leaf there will be the formation of a picture like this. Okay, this is called picture, we call it as. There will be a lid here, and it is like a bowl kind. Here, when the insect, if the insect comes and falls here, it will go. And why do they do this? Because for the nitrogen, they want to get the nitrogen. That's why the insect is full of nitrogen. That's why they for the nitrogen supplements they do that. Okay, everything is good. We are going to the next slide. Phyllotaxy. Now coming to the phyllotaxy. What do you mean by phyllotaxy? Fill means leaf. Okay, taxy means the pattern of arrangement of leaves. On the basis of that, we are classifying into whether it is alternate or whether it is opposite or it is a volt. What do you mean by that? I'll tell you. If this is a stem, if leaf is coming alternatively out of it, then this is called alternate phyllotaxy. If from the node, if it is the two leaves are coming out, this is called opposite. And from the node, if many leaves are coming like this, this is called volt. Example for the alternate is China rose, then mustard and sunflower. This three important, because example they have frequently asked in math the following statement, then one liners. So China rose, mustard and sunflower is alternate. The opposite is calastropis and guava, and volt is alstonia. Alstonia, this becomes very important, alstonia. The opposite is calastropis and guava. This is a guava, you can see, you might have seen at your home and all. So you just go look out, you will get to know that it is the opposite type of phyllotaxy. It has guava. Along with that, it is calastropis. This is about the phyllotaxy. Now coming to the inflorescence, which is very much important. Two types of inflorescences we are going to learn. One is racemose, another one is cymose. This one is racemose. In the racemose type of inflorescence, the old flower will be at the bottom and the young flower or the new flower will be at the top. This type we call it as acropetal. Acropetal. Acropetal succession, the old will be at the bottom and the new will be at the top. New will be at the top. This type of inflorescence we call it as racemose. For example, if I ask, they can be go on bearing flowers? Yes, because as the new will be at the top, they can go on the like unlimited, indefinite, they can go on like this. That is acropetal succession. Coming to the cymose, cymose is a basipetal. What do you mean by basipetal? The old flower is at the end, that is terminal, and the new flower is at the below that. So the old flower is above and the new flower is rising from the, that will be below the old flower. So this is definite type. So if the old flower is at the top, it terminates the flowering, it just terminates here. If this has to come, it has to come from the below. So this is about the cymose inflorescence. This is racemose, indefinite, and cymose, it is definite. Racemose is indefinite. Indefinite. So this is about the arrangement of flowers, that is inflorescence. Now coming to the flower, about where exactly the other floral parts are situated with respect to gynoecium. If this is the gynoecium, with respect to gynoecium, where are the other floral parts? For example, other floral parts are petals, sepals and rhizomes. So other. So this is thalamus, in this is thalamus, and in this is thalamus. The ovary is situated on the thalamus. This is the ovary, that is gynoecium is situated on the thalamus. With respect to the ovary, where the other parts are situated, that is classified into three: hypogynous, perigynous and epigynous. First we are going to learn about hypogynous. Hypo means below the gynous. Gynous means gynoecium. Hypo means below. If they are situated below the gynoecium, so these are arising from here. Okay, if this is the gynoecium, these are arising from the below the gynoecium. If this is a sepal, petal is also arising from here. The stamens are also arising from here, like this. They arise from here. So hypogynous. Hypo means below the gynoecium. If the other floral parts are arising, that is called hypogynous. Otherwise this type is called superior ovary. Because the ovary is above all other floral parts, this is called superior ovary. Example for the superior ovary is mustard, China rose and brinjal. Okay, mustard is a cruciferaceae or brassicaceae family, you can call it as brassicaceae family. Brassicaceae. China rose is a Malvaceae family, because we are going to learn about Brassicaceae, Malvaceae, Fabaceae, Asteraceae, then Poaceae, we are going to learn. So the example, Malvaceae, and brinjal is a Solanaceae. Solanaceae family member. When we are learning about the floral structure, you will get to know that why we put the superior ovary or in whether it is the inferior ovary. So here in the Solanaceae, Brassicaceae and Malvaceae family, which we are going to learn, one of the 6 families we are going to learn, 3 here, that is we can see It is superior ovary, otherwise it is called as hypogynous condition. Now coming to the perigynous condition, perigynous means not superior, not inferior, it is in the middle. So half inferior you can say, or half superior you can see. So if this is the ovary, from the middle like this, you can see that from half of the ovary or in the same position as the ovary, the other floral parts are also arising. This is the other floral parts, these are also arising from the same position as ovary, that is called perigynous. Example becomes very important here: plum, peach, and another one is rose. Plum, peach and rose are very important perigynous condition. We can see in this one. This type otherwise called as half inferior. It is not properly inferior, not properly superior. Subhash, we lost